Mr PMA, Faisal. I'm buzzing to have you here today.
What the Heff?
Yeah, what the actual Heff are we
What the
doing?
Heff?
Well, yeah, that's exactly
The title.
it's the title. That's the question, and that's my name.
That is
So
Heffernan.
yeah, that's the full.
Heffernan. It's not Heffermun. Okay, Heffernan.
But Heff is a bit more punchy.
Yeah.
We already trained today, didn't we? Had a little
Mm.
sweat sesh this
A
morning.
little treadmill session down at Everlast.
The new gig.
The new head of HYROX Performance Centres at Everlast. So it's a pretty big deal. Don't know if you know.
Yeah. I mean, you're a pretty big deal. Let's face it.
I'm not a big deal. I'm a big dude, but I'm not a big deal.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're Mr PMA.
I am. That is
Yeah,
a big deal. Mr.
that-
PMA is a big deal.
I think you've been Mr PMA ever since I've known you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When did we
very
first,
long
when
time.
Did we first meet? When did you first?
It'll be at Barry's.
Yeah. What?
That'll be
Yeah.
probably
15.
Yeah, 2015, down in East Studio. I remember very vividly after every single class, you asking us to stand on our tiptoes, make ourselves 10 feet tall, and then pull down our positive mental attitude. That's it.
Yep.
And now here we
classes
are.
a week for 6 years. I said that.
But it's stuck all these years
Yeah, I
later,
suppose,
over
yeah.
10 years later.
Yeah. I gave myself that. Well, the community of Barry's gave me that nickname, and I just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I lived that way for all my life. Like, just very happy childhood, happy, positive, lucky dude. And then, so it's not like fake. A lot of people think it's like forced sometimes, but it's obviously evolved and changed over the years. But ultimately, it's just about choosing positivity over anything.
Do you think it's been hard to live up to that name?
No, because I'm very good at switching it on. So, but a lot of people just fall under the assumption that I'm always positive, and that's not true. Like, I'm a human. Do you know what I mean? I get down days, but when I'm in a work environment, you just got to switch it on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't bring your shit into work with you and be like, "Oh, I'm not feeling positive today." It's like, "Nah, I'm here because I am Mr. PMA."
Yeah, and that's exactly it. You're only a human being. Of course, you're going to have negative
Yeah,
emotions.
exactly. Yeah. It's only when you get asked, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm alright today," but I'm working, so
Yeah.
got to switch it on.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a difference between having a positive mental attitude towards life and then toxic positivity.
Yeah, no,
where
definitely.
You don't feel the
Yeah, where it's just like, "Oh, everything's happy." It's like, no, you're having shit days, but it's just about personally knowing and being aware about what's toxic and what's not. But as I said, it's evolved over the years. It probably was a bit toxic in the beginning, but then in the beginning, my life was a lot simpler, and now there's kids and houses and mouths to feed, so life gets a bit more complicated.
Yeah, but that's just living life. That's what life is.
Yeah, rolling with it.
Yeah, you roll with the punches.
Uh-huh.
You grow, you change, you evolve. Life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the Heff? What we doing?
Yes. So what we doing? So we're here really just like talking about life really, and I wanted you to come on because I love who you are.
Thanks.
You've been a big inspiration to me over the years, and like honestly, I will say you have inspired me for like meeting you at Barry's. I then became a Barry's trainer. You've evolved and you've grown in the fitness industry, and for me coming in kind of years later after you, I've definitely looked up to you as a coach and just as a human being, and I just love being around your energy. So it felt like the perfect fit to get you on.
Cool. It's an honor,
today.
privilege. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm here, but yeah, appreciate all that. I mean, it's not like part of my plan to do that. You just I think that's why it works when you are inspired by some people and look up to people, whatever, like me with other people as well. They just do it naturally. Like, they're just living their life, they're in their own lane, and I'm a big believer of like law of attraction. So, you know, you attract your vibe and your people, and you only get better by being in that circle.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and you've attracted me to
invite me on this podcast.
Invite you on this podcast. Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we are. So I guess we touched on Barry's a little bit, and actually, like, just looking at your career, what would you say like being at Barry's and then moving on to what you do now, like just talk to me about like your journey
Yeah.
and your career and what's led you to be where you are sat here right now. We're now working for Everlast.
Yeah, I think just pure. I would say it's a combination of hard work and luck, and just getting on with it. I think a lot of people nowadays who are younger in our generation of fitness coaches or fitness industry, they have a plan, they got a pathway. You know, they've had people who have trailblazed their way to whatever the top might be, and they have a clear agenda. Whereas for me, it was just like, yeah, I'll just, you know, today's today, and I'll do what I need to do today, and then tomorrow might happen. And there was no plan. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I just did what I wanted to do. I enjoyed life, you know, and I think just my contagious energy, you know, got me into open a lot of doors. And I've said this a lot of times, like, you know, you know, having an opportunity, you know, present itself in front of you is amazing, but it takes a certain person to maximize that opportunity.
Oh, totally.
So I feel like I have maximized the majority of the opportunities that you know, came my way. I've done some pretty cool things, so I'm privileged. But then I'm also, oh, you're so lucky. It's like, nah, it's not really luck. It's a combination of
Yeah.
who you are as a person, hard work, early mornings, you know, earning your stripes. And then I've learned a lot of things along the way about being more. I've been humbled. You know, there was a time where I just thought I was the absolute, you know, king. You know what I mean, of what I do. And you know, to a point, you still need to have that trait. I say to a lot of people, you know, I work, you know, in different environments where you're a part of a team, but in that team, I want to be the Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? I want the guy doing the Sue and scoring the goal, and you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the superstar on the team if everyone's helping you to get to the end goal. So that's how I've always lived my life, really. So it's just come through that.
Mm. And it's interesting how people might look at your life and go, "Oh, you're so lucky to have that role," or
Yeah.
"Oh, look at you now." But actually, if you really dig deep, it's like, no,
Nah.
you've been through some shit in your life, and
Yeah, no,
actually, like
definitely.
at the time, you might have thought, "Oh my god, like what the hell, what the heff."
What the heck? Yeah. I thought, what the
like,
heck?
like,
Actually, that was what happened.
yeah, yeah. You turn around, you were like, "What the heff is going on
Do you
here?"
know what? That's actually going to be something. People, what the heck? You've actually started something more than just a podcast.
It might
Yeah.
be. Do you think is it as strong a brand as Mr PMA?
Yeah. Do you know what it could be? You could overtake me. I reckon you could.
Or maybe we could collab.
We
Well,
could
we're
collab.
collabing
Yeah.
right now.
We are. Okay.
Here we are. Here we
PMF
are.
and what the heck?
PMF. That's not
What did I say? PMF.
PMF.
PMA and what the heck?
It's a fusion. It's a
rhyme it.
fusion, y'all. PMF.
PMF.
But yeah, not a case of luck and things. I do remember when all of a sudden, like, you weren't at Barry's anymore. I was like, "Where's Faisal gone?" And like, you know, you did have a big pivot in life.
Yeah.
And I suppose was it tough to harness Mr PMA then?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I left Barry's, obviously it was a whole world was turned upside down, and you know, financially and security, and then also just like, you know, just losing what you love. You know, I loved teaching Barry's at that whole era of my life. So yeah, in that moment, you know, again, it's hard to see what you're going to do next and everything. And now looking back on it, it's like I learned so much, and if and when that would happen again in life, I know to like trust the process. And I said to you, you know, earlier on today, it's like it's difficult to say that to someone who's experiencing something bad or negative in their life for the first time, to be told, trust the process.
Oh,
These
yeah.
days are dark, but it will get better. It's only a matter of time. But it genuinely is. And that's where not having a toxic PMA attitude is the way forward, because you just need to, in any dark situation, there is a glimmer of light, and I'll find it for you if you can't.
Well, I think it's about life being a journey, and also, and there will always be a light, even if it is at the end of the tunnel, right there in the distance. It's
Tiny.
there, and
Yeah.
you might not know when you're going to get there,
Mhm.
but you will get to the other side eventually.
Yeah.
Things will work It's where it's
Really
a
simply, it's
lesson.
like, you know, when you go into a dark room and it's like pitch black, but then 30 seconds later, your eyes slowly start to adapt and you're like, oh, you can start seeing things. It's that terminology, but it's obviously different durations for different
Mm,
people.
yeah, yeah, because I suppose your life changed overnight. You lost income, you lost your job, you lost.
A
I
lot of
suppose
income.
yeah, yeah. You're probably one of the highest grossing barriers trainers in the
Maybe, I don't know. That's because I
UK.
just taught everything. I taught every class we go in.
17 classes a week.
17
Yeah.
class weeks, yeah.
Um, that that was tough, and like you just had a 6-month-old
Yeah,
baby at the
Rafi was
time.
born and moved into a house. So yeah, that was all. It was like, yo, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make money? So I was you know, it's that saying of like you need to be thrown into an uncomfortable situation, and you either sink or swim, or
Mhm.
fight or flight. And it is that like you need to be put into an uncomfortable situation to find out who you are, and at that point it wasn't if. I think if you were someone who was alone, or i.e. didn't have a partner or family, whatever, it could be harder. But the motivation and focus for me was like, yo, I've just moved into a house and I need to provide bills and food and stuff, and got a little baby and everything. So there was almost like no time to really think about, or play the victim role. I was like, oh, poor me. Like it was just like, oh, what can I do? So then I started doing one-to-one PTs and had loads of clients and sourced out places where I can train them and stuff. And then COVID came, and then literally COVID came like a year after I left, and obviously that turned everyone upside down. So
So everyone was kind of in the same boat,
yeah, exactly.
really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember then yeah, you right, because I was working at Barry's at the time.
Yeah,
Went from my 17 classes to
just
0.
yeah,
And
nothing.
that's it. And I remember thinking, I can't let this happen again. I need to diversify my income.
Yeah,
I need to make sure that I'm not just focusing everything on one thing.
no, you need
And actually, ever since
baskets.
then, I just have lots of different things that I
Yeah.
juggle because, yeah, when you're self-employed, like what else can, if your job
Yeah,
just gets taken away,
yeah, you
that's it.
need different security nets for
Mm,
sure. So
yeah.
learned that as well, because obviously that was just one avenue. That's all I did. I lived and breathed Barry's for 6 years and actually had no exit strategy whatsoever. And that's what I mean by like I was just day by day, just
Yeah,
living it
yeah,
and
yeah.
milking every opportunity possible. But now, because there are, you're responsible for children and your family and stuff like that, you have to put in security blankets.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, I look at you and I think that was probably the best thing that could have happened for
Yeah,
you
no,
to know,
definitely.
because now look at it's
I mean, yeah,
you move, you pivot, you
yeah,
step into new
yeah,
places, new opportunities,
yeah.
doors open.
It's a test of your character, like what you really want to do in life, and what you really want to do with it as well, I suppose. So yeah, I enjoy fitness. I enjoy the community. I enjoy the power it has. Like it's not just about training and working out and looking good. It's about feeling good mentally, and having a small impact on others who come to classes or follow you on Instagram or whatever your social media handle is. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I suppose, after that, I did a couple of MCing roles for turf games, and then HYROX came, and that kind of just took a huge. That was just like MCing just was like a little extra thing on the side that I did, for one event, 1 day event type thing, and then, 5 years later, HYROX is where it is at the moment, and I'm, in the mecca of it all, so it's pretty cool.
I saw recently that you did the Young Stars.
Mm.
Yeah, that you look like you're in your element.
Hey, listen, the Young Stars is the future of HYROX. It really is. I was excited to do the event, but I didn't know how special it was actually going to be. So the first day I called it Cute Chaos. It was like 8 to 9 year olds, and then 10 to 11 year old, 12 year olds, and then 13 to 14 year olds. But it was just amazing, like seeing all these young girls and boys like doing their little HYROX race, and then the families and the moms and dads. I was like, wow, this is really special. And it was probably the most intense, the first day, the most intense HYROX I've ever done, because it was just all this energy and kids and the moms and the dads shouting, and some were shouting a bit too much and being overpowering. And you know, like it was funny. I had one of the volunteers who hands out, you know, like the apples and the water at the end. She came up to me like an hour in. She went, "Who are you?" And I was like, What do you mean?" She went, "Everyone's taking pictures with you." And I was like, like I've been here for 5 years, like, but I was taking so many pictures with the kids, and like moms and dads going, "Could you get a picture with you, Faisal?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, and I didn't know them or whatever, and it's just nice that I brought that little bit of I brought dad vibes to the finish line, and I thought to myself, not in an egotistical way, but no one could have done what I did at that finish line at Young Stars. Like, just to be able to, all different types of kids, like shy kids, confident kids, like kids who probably were forced to be there, you know what I mean, or kids who took it really seriously. Like there was vomit, there was tears, like there was
Oh,
all emotions, and there was like celebrations like that. I got a PB, like it was just an intense roller coaster of cute chaos. It was amazing. So they're doing so many more, and I'm emceeing a few more, and I can't wait because it's really special. If you ever get a chance to go watch a Young Stars, do it because it's the most inspiring, special thing.
it's definitely meaningful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the Hyrox are doing many things because I love that we're just talking about Hyrox as well.
It's
I
turning
mean,
into-
like,
I know.
it's turning into a bit of a
Unfortunately,
Hyrox
that's all I
podcast.
do. But yeah.
I know it's a good job that I also love it as
Yes.
well.
Okay, good.
But we talked about the Olympics.
Yeah, man.
Could be
It's no.
coming up.
I mean, if you didn't know, but it's no secret that HYROX are trying to get into the Olympics. And they're going through all these like governing bodies to make it an official sport. So if and when that happens, which I think it will, because they get everything done that they want to do, the guys at HYROX. So that would be amazing. Imagine being an elite athlete saying, "Oh, I made it to the Olympics as a HYROX athlete." Crazy, crazy. You get a gold medal for your country. Do you know what I mean? Which is why they're bringing in place certain things like for doubles, like you have to be from the same country. Because if they bring that to the Olympics, you can't have, you know, Hunter McIntyre from America with Tim Vinish, who's German, because that wouldn't work in the Olympics. You've got to be from the same country. So they're bringing in all these rules and they're adapting and everything. So I said to you as well, like, you know, it would be an awesome achievement and goal if I could say, yeah, I was an MC at the Olympics. Get a little medal
Your
myself.
career just peaked.
Oh my God.
that.
Can you imagine what you're doing this summer? I'm emceeing the HYROX at the Olympics, wherever it is in 6 years. Unreal. So it could be not the next one, which is America, LA, wherever the next one is after that. But yeah.
So do you think you'll still
I don't know if they. I don't.
that,
The
or
thing
is
is,
that
I
what
don't
it's
know
like?
if they will need an MC at the Olympics.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like they
it's
might.
all part of it.
It is. I can see them just stripping it all back and just having a commentating team.
You could be on the commentating team.
Well,
be
I
on
don't
the
know.
bench.
Well, I'm not on the commentating team at the moment, so I don't know. But if I mean, you still need the announcers of like them coming out, you know, doing the walkout and stuff. So I hope there is a role for an MC.
Yeah.
And I will do everything to be that MC.
Well, we're putting it out there right now. Let's
there.
manifest
Yeah,
that.
I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll
Yeah.
injure a few other MCs if
Yeah.
need be.
I mean, you're
Right.
you're probably number one anyway. Let's face it. When it comes to decisions to be put onto as HYROX
Maybe.
MC,
Maybe. Yeah. I've been doing
Or
it I've been doing it long enough.
or you're gonna be fighting Geddy and Gus.
Nah, I don't think so.
Geddy, Gus, if you're listening.
If you're listening,
Yeah.
you ain't getting it.
Well, maybe it could be the original trio. So Faisal, you've been on a pretty epic journey with your career.
Yeah.
You are a family man. You've gone through highs and lows, through ups and downs. What would you say has been the most like pivotal point, or the point in your life where, I don't know, like there was a big change or a penny drop or something that made you a better person?
Ooh. Well, having my first son or my first kid, Rafi, that was definitely pivotal.
Pivotal?
yeah,
Don't worry, we were counting as well today on
that's how I
fingers.
do it. Do you know what I mean? 21, 22, 23. Okay. It's just triple checking. Yeah, having obviously that naturally changed me, like, because it just changed my whole outlook on life and everything. So you have to adapt and find different ways to push through days where you don't want to get up and teach a class at 7 a.m. or whatever it might be. Other things that flipped it for me, it's, I don't know, like me and Louise, we had a miscarriage on us for trying for our second, for Cleo. So that was through COVID as well. So that was a bit of a dark time. So like, it was all, I forgot even the word, social space. What was the word we used during COVID?
Oh, yeah,
Social.
bubble.
Ah, there was another word. Anyway, I forgot it. Anyway, so that was a really tough time. And it's like, you need to learn to be compassionate and I don't know. I find with my job and the industry that I'm in, I choose not to bring my personal life into it as much because my account is fitness and positivity. My account isn't my life. I bring a little bit of it into it, but I bring the positive parts of my life into it. So that's where the confusion might lie sometimes. I've tried to be honest, with it. I spoke about the miscarriage on my Instagram, and my dad passed away in December, and I did a post about that, I think 3 weeks ago. I don't know why. It was probably just self therapy, just to because I do everything on Instagram, but I didn't want to do it all. And I think, I don't know, it was maybe a thing I needed to do in my kind of process of grieving or whatever. So I do things, and the post I did only this week, yeah, about I struggle with being present, and I'm addicted to my phone when I'm at home and stuff like that, and wanting to like I get 2 or 3 days at home. I'm like, oh fuck this, and let me get out of here. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't deal with all the it's not pressure. That's what a stupid thing to say, but it's just like all the normal things. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I need to get out. So I struggle with that because I just feel like my head can't switch off. Like, what's the next thing? I got so many plates that I'm spinning with work. My head can never like switch off. It's constantly always working. So I try to be as honest as I can, but without going into too much detail and trying to come across as a victim or whatever. Like, I don't want. I turned off the comments on my post about my dad because I didn't need people to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that." Like, it wasn't about that, and maybe I shouldn't have even done the post. But it's just like, I don't do it for people to massage my ego or give me sympathy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need that off of technically strangers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need it off the one or two people that are close enough to me.
It's interesting what you say though about, and I can relate to sharing stuff almost for therapy.
Yeah,
It is cathartic in a way, therapy
yeah,
that you to post and share.
yeah,
It's almost like a dear diary for me, like a journaling
totally. Yeah,
experience.
yeah,
So, and I think, it's people invest in you because they follow you,
yeah.
right? So, and then if you're only sharing the positive
It
parts
comes
and
across as
keeping back,
toxic.
or well, do you think it does?
Sometimes, yeah. If you just show all the good stuff
Mm.
and you don't let people know that this is only the good stuff, there is bad stuff. If it's just good, 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 then
Well,
it's
it's
just
not
like, well,
relatable
no, it's not.
because that's not
Cool.
life.
This guy's living a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, looks perfect. Where it's like, oh no, it's not.
yeah.
But then I'm not one to be like, oh guys, I'm having a bad day today. Like, I
Mm-mm.
can't. It gives me the ick when people do that. I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh no, like, just if you're having a bad day, just have the bad day and crack
yeah,
on with it.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I mean, everyone has their way of
the way of doing it. Yeah,
expressing
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's nice that you share like the odd thing that you might be struggling or.
Yeah, and again, that's a part of the journey of just living my life, like experiencing things as you get older and stuff. And I'm totally fine with being as honest as I can be, or as I want to be. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna reveal all my life secrets and all my skeletons in the cupboard. That's for me and my close family and friends. But
Yeah.
I think to let your followers know on social media, it's like, oh, okay, this guy's human. Do you know what I mean? He's not someone who works out all the time. Oh, you work out all the time. How'd you manage it? No, I don't work out all the time. That's what you just see.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Yeah.
I've posted 5 stories in a row where it's just training, I don't just wake up and train all day. Do you know what I mean? Like I train at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. sometimes, and that's it. So from 7 a.m. till nighttime, I'm, doing the bins, cleaning, I'm playing with my kids. You know what I mean? I'm paying bills, I'm programming.
But you're not going to share all of
I'm
that
not,
on.
no, it's not for
Yeah.
me. It's not a vlog. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't have a YouTube vlog of someone filming me the whole time. So, that's not my lifestyle. Some people do it, and that's their choice. And if you choose to follow them, then that's what you want to follow.
Do you think that you'll continue to share on social media throughout your, like, as long as you're, a HYROX MC and as long as you're in the industry? Like, do you ever see an end to it?
Yeah. Not an end to it, but I'm definitely in the phase of scaling back.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the addiction. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you keep on posting, for me, then I keep on looking. And then when you look, you then fall down the rabbit hole of like, oh, well, let me just go onto TikTok and just doom scroll. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and then all of a sudden, like, you haven't heard it, but it's you, dad, 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 dad. And then Louise is like, he's been saying dad for the last 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, sorry, what?
Oh, yeah.
That's bad.
That,
That's happened a lot of
that's when you
times
kind of have to
where
check
I'm just like, and
yourself.
all they see is this.
Yeah.
Imagine that and again, it's generational. Like, my dad came home from work and there was no phones, like
Yeah.
fully present. So I'm scaling back from posting, and scaling back from caring. Do you know what I mean? I used to be like, oh, that'd be a good thing to post. Like I cycled here along the river, and I thought, oh, let me film it and post it and just put up. But then I thought, well, fuck it. It was just me cycling on a fucking Boris bike,
Which is, by the way,
which
outside
is
on
outside
pause
on pause.
because
Don't worry,
we are
I'm
in a
invoicing Naomi.
restricted area.
She's
Okay.
paying for it. It's charged me by the minute.
Oh my God, we need to dump that bike in the river.
But scaling back for me and caring less, and being more present in the moment, even when you are at events. Like even when I've been at some HYROXes where I've not posted anything for the whole day. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice sometimes because then you are less likely to put your hand in your pocket and get your phone out and just absorb it and be there. So that's a learning process I'm on at the moment, especially at home. When I try to get home, I do my best to put my phone down in a different room, and because nothing's that important for the 2 hours or 3 hours from when I get back from work to bedtime. Do you know what I mean? So I can do whatever I need to do when the kids are in bed. Do you know what I mean? And scroll on the phone and have a little bit of time. So, but it's an ongoing lesson to myself.
I think it's pretty ongoing for everyone.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
doom scroll, like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm the same.
Yeah, it's tough.
And when exactly what you said, when you post, then you're checking for likes,
Yeah,
comments,
yeah,
replying
yeah,
to
yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's a slippery slope, but
Yeah.
it's like a necessary evil because I guess it's got
I mean, you
us.
make money from Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, your analytics are what brands and companies want to see at the end of the day. So if they're rubbish, then you'll get a lower amount of money if they really want you. So it's annoying, you know what I mean? And then like, oh, how many followers you got? And it's like, oh, well, my followers have been stagnant for the last 3 years. Oh, you got 106,000 followers. And I'm like, yeah, that means shit. It looks great, but it actually means nothing. Like, just look at my views, look at the likes. It doesn't match 100,000 people watching my. It's just not how Instagram works anymore. Back in the day, yeah, it was amazing. But yes, there is that. Again, it's that balance. So, but it's about finding that balance, scaling back, knowing when to be on the phone, when to be off of it. But it is a definite problem for me and probably lots of other people who may not admit it. But yeah, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're doing your best, and
Try to.
you're working hard. You're working damn hard.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, are you gonna take a day off?
I do. Oh my God.
I mean, you did. You took your kids to
Went to
Chessington.
Chessington,
I
World of
saw.
Adventures yesterday, and
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I do. But then it's like, we were in a queue for a ride which was 60 minutes long, and I was on my phone in the queue. So where I could be playing games with them and stuff. So little things like that, I'm just like, oh, get off the phone, put it away. It doesn't, it's a family day out. But yeah, I've got lots of days off, but then also I think it's just the different modalities of work. You know, I go from HYROX, I go from Everlast. I've got this new secret project coming up that's about food.
Okay.
I'm then looking into a retreat in a beautiful location in the Cotswolds. You know, then I've got my deliverables that I need to do on Instagram with Marks and Spencers and Puma. You know, then I have to do my online programming, and then you've got to be a husband and a father, and you know, then you got to catch up with your mates, and it's just it's a lot. But
Yeah.
then it's a privilege because I have all that to worry about.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I didn't, then it's not a privilege. So
Yeah. Yeah. But then the most important thing is your kids and family.
listen,
So
I read something the other day. It's about being. Uh, I love my children more than I love myself. So when you have selfish parents, it's because unfortunately they don't love their kids as much as themselves,
ooh,
which is deep,
yeah.
really deep. So, but my wife and others like her in her position are a prime example of that. Louise has basically sacrificed herself ever since Rafi was born up until now, in terms of being the best mom possible. Like in terms of, you know, losing out on friends and events and, you know, just doing normal things. Like you can't, because they are 20 even when they go to sleep, she's doing stuff for them for the next
Yeah.
day or the next, you know, thing. It's constant. So
Yeah.
yeah, it all depends about how much you love yourself.
Yeah.
And if you love your children or someone else more, then you know you sacrifice yourself.
Well, yeah, and it's like she's sacrificed her shit. Louise sounds like the most amazing mum and wife,
She is. She is. She's probably. I mean, everyone says this, but she is the best mum ever. Like hands down.
and
Hands down. Yeah.
allowing like you also then to be able to do what you do with your career,
Yeah.
be there was because
It's a partnership
yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
it's yeah,
it
and
works. But like all good couples and relationships, like you have to support each other and sacrifice and have a couple of fights every now and again, and then you know just crack on.
yeah, that's it. Though that's what a relationship is. One more question.
Yeah.
What for those listening?
Mm.
Your biggest lesson through the change, through the heartache, the pivots that you've had to do, the grieving. What's one piece of advice that you could give someone
Ooh.
listening?
All right. I'm glad you asked me that. So I read this the other day and it stuck with me so bad. I'm probably gonna mess it up, but it is this. I'll look straight down the camera. Let me say it in my head first so I know it. Here we go. All right, you ready? All right. So it's don't downgrade your dreams to match your reality. Upgrade your faith to match your vision.
Love it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is. It's true. Like so many people do it. They're like, oh, I can't get that dream because of where my reality is. It's like, no, just increase your faith.
Yeah.
And not a religious thing. It doesn't have to be religious. Just increase your belief in your PMA and like, you know, just manifest it. And if you really want it, and that's the thing though, it's so many people are lazy. Like, they're not willing to put in the hard work because they just see the end product.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
think, oh, these are the cards I've been dealt.
Yeah.
That's
How did
it.
you get to be, you know, Global HYROX MC? I thought, well,
Yeah.
right time, right place, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then I just
And the last
worked
20
and
years of hard graft.
and that as well, you know, and doing something special with the moment. Like, I can't really teach that, but yeah, it's just if you want it bad enough, then you can get it.
You hear that? Go follow your dreams.
Exactly.
Go get it.
Exactly.
Thanks, Faisal.
Thank you. What the Heff? What the Heff just happened?
What the Heff? We're here. Over and out. Cut.
Peace.